we're just going to chat. So we're going to start off with you giving me your rank, your first name, your last name, then spelling those, and then also make sure you give me your job position.
All right.
So go ahead.
Ready? Yep. Okay. I'm Staff Sergeant Gregory Kassner. And that's Gregory Kassner, Kassner, and I'm with the 44 Civil Support Team. I'm a survey team member.
Okay. What's a survey team member?
So we are in charge of going downrange, getting in our appropriate PPE, whether it's level A suit, level B, going downrange, collecting samples, verifying what's downrange, and trying to mitigate whatever's going on.
So essentially, like, this whole pandemic thing is just kind of another day at the office for you?
Essentially, as far as wearing the PPE and donning and doffing our gear and using proper techniques, we're used to doing that. It's just a little bit different with working with actual people.
Yeah. So the skill set for the CST is really, you spend a lot of time training for this and stuff like that, or?
Absolutely. So we're constantly training, going down range, getting in these suits, getting in PPE, practicing getting off, getting in our gear, getting out of our gear, and also deconning ourselves, getting clean, getting out of that appropriately to make sure we don't have any more contamination.
So what's your mission today?
Today we're going down to one of the local nursing homes here in Starke, and we're going down there to do some COVID-19 testing on the patients and some of the workers that are there at the facility.
Why is that? Why is the mobile testing platform needed?
Well, it's needed because we need to get a kind of a baseline of what's going on in some of these nursing homes in the state, so that way we can better find out where the spread is coming from and how we can best fix the situation.
How come these people can't just drive to one of the drive-through testing facilities in town?
Well, this is a nursing home facility, and therefore a lot of these people can't get up and leave as they want. So this is something that the nurses there need help with, as far as going through and testing everybody, trying to do it efficiently as possible, and doing it hopefully within a day or two, getting one facility complete.
So I understand there's going to be 4 4-man teams. Each person on the 4-man team has a different role. What's going to be your role?
So my role is going to be kind of the runner, the cooler, the facilitator, kind of helping make sure that the QA is appropriate, numbers match, names match, making sure that the sample is not messed with or tampered with.
So kind of walk us through that again for what you're doing today, or what you envision to do today. So you're going to have the 6-8 whiskey or the combat medic extract the specimen from the patient. That's going to be put into a biohazard bag. Right. That's handed off to you?
That's handed off to me, and then I'll check that, make sure that everything's appropriate, everything's lines up as far as.
So what do you check?
So I'm checking for names, I'm checking for birth dates, make sure those match, make sure that the lid's put on properly, that it's closed properly, sealed properly, and then I'm going to take that and store it into a cooler. Keep it cold.
And then you keep that cooler and just kind of carry it from place to place and throughout the location?
Correct. So there's 280 patients that we're going to be hopefully being able to test today or in the next day or so. And once we do that, we have to collect the samples, we have to keep them cold. So we'll then put them in the cooler and we kind of usher it through as we go.
What's like the optimal temperature for these specimens?
I'd say a cold temperature about 35 degrees, anywhere from 35 to 42 degrees.
What was your training like on these test kits?
So we had training yesterday, pretty extensive as far as how to use them, what to do, and again, we're not the ones actually doing the swabbing, so we're there more as a QA just to make sure the quality is appropriate.
Morgan, you have anything?
Is there anything else that you want to add?
Anything else you want to add that I didn't ask about that you want to mention?
Or how do you
what's it like being on the front lines of this for someone that kind of does this full time to more of a real world scenario?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is kind of one of the first nursing homes that the National Guard is being a part of. So it's kind of on the front line of figuring out how to do this, the best practices. So I think we have a pretty good plan in place to go down range and to do these things. It's just a matter of facilitating them, and hopefully, I'm sure we'll have a couple lessons learned, but we're going to go down there and make sure there's no mistakes. That's the number one thing.
Excellent. All right.
Go.
Hey, no,
All right.
thanks so much, Steph. I appreciate it.